Right, I'm thinking NSA. And we see where we go. Oh, concealed within the gelato shop. Yeah, let's go for some gelato. Sounds lovely. Gelateria Nico. Oh.
I think I just got salmonella by looking at this place.
Gotta keep the public from dropping in for a cone.
Good point. I'd say their cover is working beautifully.
Okay. You'll need to come up with a good reason to be here. Looks like they're scheduled for server maintenance and security upgrades this month. That might get you in.
I think I can smooth talk my way past them.
Don't play games, Mike. These guys are trained to spot double agents and imposters. If their post is compromised, they'll shut it down, and we'll lose our access. You'll also need to give the correct handshake code to identify yourself as an agent.
Secret handshakes? What are we, the Shriners?
It's a specific passphrase that rotates on a monthly basis. You give the correct phrase, they give the correct response, and you both know everything's on the level.
So what's the code?
Tell them that the Adirondacks are beautiful this time of year. They should respond with, yes, but the Alps are lovely all year long.
Got it. Let's see if anybody's home. Hello? Anybody back there? I'd like to purchase some of your somewhat suspicious-looking gelato.
This place is grim. Oh, wow.
That is at least 7 health code violations right there.
Can I help you? Or are you going to stand there and insult my shop all day?
I'm here to fix the computers.
We don't have a problem with the computer.
I hear the Adirondacks are beautiful this time of year.
I don't like the mountains. And you're here to fix the computers?
He didn't give the response phrase. Something's wrong.
Yeah. Say, about those Adirondacks.
I told you I don't like mountains. Come on. I'll show you the computers.
That's not the response phrase.
But he knows
Stay
about
on
the
guard,
computers.
Mike. If my code is out of date, they might suspect you're not on the level.
So, my friend, what do you need?
Nothing serious. Just here to upgrade your security systems.
Oh, okay, you got it. So, no more computer troubles, eh?
You should be all set. Fort Meade can rest easy now.
Hey, my friend. Gone to go?
Oh, God. The agent manning the station may not have been NSA at all. Yes, that's what we thought. Despite the proprietor's unusual behavior, Agent Thornton navigated the conversation without raising suspicion and was able to depart without incident. There was 3 choices where I could have shot him. I want you to know that I don't always kill everyone. Oh, I'm so confused with all this changing of houses. Where's the bathroom? Oh, it's in the bedroom. It's an ensuite. Wooden sink, though. I'm not sold on a wooden sink. I think the beard would have grown back by now. Okay, what have we got from this NSA listening post? Scarlet on the Moscow tunnel collapse. I have a friend in Moscow who owes me a favor. I'm sure she can help me get this story into the circus. It's never the fuck-ups that cause such a scandal, it's the cover-ups. Fortunately, we'll never learn. So I have a job. How much? 1,000. We could have blackmailed. Email from the NSA tap in Rome. Konrad Marburg, sorry. Okay. Checking up on your old co-workers. Hey Mike, Westridge is spending the day out on the shooting range, so nobody's looking over my shoulder for the time being. I was going to see if I can't dig up a little on the agents. Oh, is Tony happy with you? Who do you want me to research? Parker Darcy Westridge. I mean, career veteran, analyst savant, or hyper-ambitious man-child with influential dad. It's definitely the last one. The op lead is the obvious first suspect. Sean's not smart enough to pull this off, and Parker's too spineless and effete. Find out everything you can on Westridge. I don't think it's Parker. Parker would cover his tracks too well. Westridge. Straight to the top. We're going after the alpha dog. Let's see what's sent. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Let's do this next mission. I've just had a thought. This next mission is when in Rome. Next mission is infiltrate the chateau, I think. Or identify Gibraltar at the chateau. Intel suggests Naib Shahid Al-Bara is hosting a fundraising event. We have an updated dossier. We'll have a quick look at that. An informer has provided you with a database of Al-Samad identities. Excellent. Little information exists on the target and all accounts will value his privacy. Practiced socialite. Well, he's difficult to track at most times. Gatherings attract many noteworthy figures in Europe and beyond. Many of them well connected. Don't harm anyone is basically what it's saying. His desire for privacy and his extensive social network are at odds with each other. He recognizes the need for networking and promoting himself, but does so in rigidly controlled conditions. Hence the chateau.
You in place?
Yep. Got a good view of the estate where this meeting is supposed to take place. What now?
Al-Bara's our target. He's supposed to be here tonight.
Oh, glad I brought this rifle. But what's the deal with the scope?
It can transmit images to me in real time. Aim at someone, and I'll run their picture through the database. See if we get a match. The longer you focus on a target, the quicker I can make an ID. The ID is all I need.
And if the target's a scumbag, I take him out?
That's your call. If you decide to shoot, just make sure you don't do it if the target's inside of a camera or another person. We don't know who Al-Bara's meeting, so taking anyone else out may have repercussions, depending on who their friends are. Roman artist. Made a name for himself last year with a controversial exhibit in Paris. Some local juvenile offenses, but otherwise he's clean. Not our target.
So that's how it works.
Owns a sports car dealership in Naples. Does a lot of international business, but no criminal record. Not our guy.
Okay. There's someone there. I mean, I doubt you'll get a clean image from that, but...
A nobody.
Looks like the guards are clear. Moving up to the next position.
This is very James Bondy, wearing a suit and everything.
In position.
All right, let's begin.
Oh ho ho!
Well, she's a little underdressed.
Definitely a cold
Shell
night from the
Costa.
looks of it.
All right, Mike.
Again, you're probably not
Spanish
going to get
celebrity
fixed on
talk show
that.
host. He's a known meth user, but nothing related to financing terrorists or arms smuggling.
Interesting.
Security guard. He's clean. Private security. Ex-special forces. Not our man. But definitely a professional. He planned and led the assault that took back the hijacked British jet last year.
I remember reading about that. Should I get an autograph for him?
No, I work for the infamous Mike Thorton. Compared to you, he's small time.
Oh, she's smooth. I like this one.
Dutch flower baron. He's suspected of dipping into the drug trade. But that's all I've got. Nothing really incriminating.
I'm in position overlooking the chateau. A lot of guests tonight.
I see. Mike, be very...
Careful, I know. I don't want a mob after me before we have a target.
I'm fully expecting copyright on this music. With that in mind. Music's turned off. Haha, great. We'll see. If... we'll see. I'll tell you what, I'll just keep talking. So, let's just... yeah, okay. Tree's gonna get in the way pretty quickly. Bastard, stop behind the tree. You probably can't hear it well enough. I don't want to lose the dialogue is the thing. But music is turned off, so...
An American novelist. He's got a bestseller right now on corporate involvement in the Middle East.
Is it any good?
I'm waiting for the movie. Anyway, nothing on him.
Again, you're not going to get a clear image from that. It should be wait until they face the camera, take a picture and transmit it. Transmit it.
For one of these guys.
Probably good money. Where's Mr. Tree over here?
He's a curator for one of the museums in town. His latest exhibit on the Crusades has drawn some fire, but otherwise he's clean.
Mohammed Hassan, interesting. Not seeing anything in the windows. That's all blacked out. There's a guy up there. That's him.
That's Albara. That's him.
Take him out?
Hold on. A lot of State Department and Interpol records. State Department says he's dirty. Interpol says his finances are legitimate, though. And
Mina, do I take him out?
none of these State Department records are sourced. I can't tell where they came from, or when. Best I can tell, their intel was added to his sheet a few months before you left for Saudi Arabia.
He's a member of Al Samad, right?
I don't know. I'd say yes. but I might be wrong. You can take him out, or we can abort.
I don't
It's
like
up to
this.
you.
I don't like
I'm
this.
aborting the mission.
All right, Mike.
It sounds fabricated. He might be a member of Al-Samad, but it sounds fabricated. So infiltrate the local estate and search for Jibril. We could look. We found him once. We can find him again. A suspected high-ranking member of Al-Samad. Al-Bara was believed to be hosting a fundraising banquet. So we went in. Bonus objective: identify all the guests at the gate without being spotted. I don't know how you can be spotted. I suppose if you shoot them. Identified Al-Bara and waited for a background check to be complete. Upon receiving the information, Al-Bara's ties to Shahid were confirmed, but he seemed innocent of any wrongdoing, so Thornton departed the premises without making a positive, or after making a positive ID. It seems Thornton's activities in Rome have been successful in uncovering Halbeck's plans. Upon returning to the safe house, Thornton got a message waiting for him, requesting a meeting with in a local cafe and sending Halbeck. Okay.
What's that beeping noise?
It's an important email. Oh. We'll come back to Westridge. Mr. Thornton. I always thought it was Thornton. Right, I might need to change my descriptions in the videos, if I remember. If you stalk a man with political and criminal connections, kill him before he uses his contacts to track you down. I know that you were lurking outside the chateau, but don't know why. Consider my interest piqued. I refuse. I refuse to let you intimidate me. Let's meet face to face. See if you have the guts to kill me in broad daylight. Meet me at the Café Trionfo? Professor Al-Bara. If you want to meet, so be it. I have questions about the events here in Rome, and I suspect you have some answers. Café Trionfo. Trionfo? It is. I don't want to taunt him. Although I like that if I wanted you dead, it would have been at your party. Oh, I like the idea of pulling Mina in. I got this email from Jibril. It seems a little odd that he found out who I was, and odder that he still wants to talk to me. If you have a moment, see if you can trace this email for me and pull up some intel. I didn't know you were a local fascination. Heads up, someone's been running a lot of web searches with words Mike Thornton and Michael Thornton in Milan area. Milan? Whoever is doing it did it through the Halbeck Milan office computer, and they used a public terminal, so I can't trace it back to a particular end user. I'll let you know if I find out more. Right, wow, Westridge. Okay, cliff notes. Yancey Westridge. For the first time like that, I'd be motivated to become the operations commander of an elite clandestine agency. Or I'd be motivated to shoot myself. Lied about his age to enroll when he was 16. Purple Heart. Wounded when another soldier killed himself. Okay. Distinguished Service Medal during a shootout in Germany in '83, kept his men from firing back on East German soldiers, prevented things escalating into headline news, and the Bronze Star. Details deleted from USMC records. After the war, he got his bachelor's in internal affairs from University of California. At the same time, he held a job with the Sheriff's Department. Soldier to beat cop to federal agent to black ops handler, 25 years of carrying a gun for the government. Desert Spear operation was a crisis intervention op. Not a lot of planning was involved, so there's not much of a paper trail. That said, I dug around. Access logs and meeting notes I could find. Looks like someone else was initially scheduled for the primary field agent. and Westridge requested you only shortly before the operation was launched. Westridge was given full command of the operation and checked in with 2 operators back at Greybox in case the team was killed in action. Someone needed to run cleanup. One of the operators was Mongoose, aka Larry, who sits near me, and the other was Bose. Never heard of him/her, and can't for the life of me find anyone with this name. During the time of the operation, logs indicate primary inbound traffic. That is, Westridge was reporting back, but the agency only sent an occasional transmission to the Saudi team. During your run on Shaheed and the weapons convoy, there's a lot of traffic between Westridge and this Bose person. Remember when I postulated that someone fed your coordinates to the person that launched those missiles at you and Shaheed? Well, there aren't any records of what was said between Westridge and this Bose person, but it didn't show up in the after mission report. Westridge is dirty or on the payroll? Dossier information on Marburg. Sure, we'll take it. There's nothing new, is there? We did all this. Marburg. Dossier 40%. How much do we need to get on this guy? Jibril's confirmed as a cell leader for Al-Samad. While his sympathies clearly lie with the terrorist organization, the State Department has implicated him in various financial corruption scandals. But this information doesn't match Interpol's financial records on Al-Bara. Strangely enough, state evidence was added to Al-Bara's file a few months before Operation Desert Spear was set into motion. Madison St. James has been in Italy less than a year. Her resume on file: Combat Veteran Combat Institute. Fluent Italian and passable in a few other languages. Nothing in her file lists her as being anything but professional in carrying out her duties. Marburg. Chief of Security Falbeck. Before resigning and took up the job of Chief Operations for the Veteran Combat Initiative. Still carries out field ops despite being 65. He's carried out operations in Kuwait, South Africa, and is believed to have been involved in an oil refinery explosion in Moscow. In each instance, he was in and out quickly and efficiently. But his wife was disappointed. Okay. Mina's obviously not going to come back to us in time. I say we just go meet. Meet with Jibril Al-Bara, even. Cafe in Rome. We got some information on Marburg. I don't think we're meeting Jibril. I don't think Jibril knew. I might be wrong.
No sign of Al-Bara yet.
Maybe he stood you up.
I've never been stood up in my life.
Someone has a high opinion of themselves.
I'm just stating the facts. Sorry, that's...
Switch off your transmitter. If you reach for your gun, one of my men will put a bullet in your skull.
Transmitter's off. I don't plan on
DV.
reaching for my gun unless you make it necessary.
Once I have the information I need, I plan to leave. You will not be harmed. Perhaps you thought you could enter Rome under the radar. You almost did. But you broadcast your location. Eventually.
I had to. You were my last lead. I'm here to find out what Halbeck is doing in Rome and their ties to Al-Samad.
And what led you to believe that Halbeck has any interests in Rome or Al-Samad?
Are you denying that either one is true?
I do not believe you would have come here without evidence.
And what makes you think that?
You aren't here in an official capacity. You are operating under Alpha Protocol.
Interesting. Considering the program's secret, I would have expected you to say traitor, unless you have insider knowledge.
If you think you're the first to be abandoned by your government, you would be wrong. You are Michael Thornton, a veteran with an impressive record of solving seemingly impossible problems.
That's what I do.
I'm an operative now. After Saudi, I had to change my 5-year plan. I'm guessing you're here to confirm the file you have on me. Anything else you need to check?
Reports place you as someone loyal to your country and who believes in carrying their missions through.
Is that so odd?
In today's day and age, yes. But not to me.
So you know a great deal about me, and I know who you are. You're Leyland's right-hand man, his lackey, TOD, henchman. And you wear those gloves to keep the blood off your hands. I've read your dossier. You've lived a full life. Kuwait, South Africa, that oil refinery explosion in Moscow. It's like a concert tour with you.
Nice.
Yes. You, on the other hand, have managed to enter Rome quietly. I didn't know you were here until an hour ago. You're skilled at keeping a low profile. No murders, no public announcement. Very impressive.
What happened to Albara?
Dead, of course. Once you'd ID'd him, well, his use to me was at an end. In less than a day's time, you have already managed to cause me considerable inconvenience. Now, tell me what you're doing here.
I was tracking down a lead, and it looks like I've found it.
I see. So you thought all you had to do was wait and we would speak. Interesting.
What I don't understand, though, is why we're talking at all. Unless keeping me alive is important for some reason.
I have orders, and I am a cautious person.
Well, we're done talking, so you can go fuck off now.
I expected that reaction. I believe you have nowhere to go for help. In that situation, it is a rare man who goes to his enemy's door. So, yes, this is a social call. A warning. You have proven yourself capable, but pursuing this course of action will not serve you any longer. Go underground, hide, but stay out of our way.
Or else what?
Or people you care about will start to die. We know you've been in contact with one of your fellow agents. That contact will die if you persist, and then we will kill you.
Those are your terms. Allow you to carry out your mission, and I stay out of the way.
Yes.
You realize I would be betraying my country.
Yes, and that does not change my terms. I understand your feelings, and I encourage you to set them aside.
So we're done here. I leave Rome, leave you to your plan, and that's it.
Yes. What you do next is up to you, but there are only two immediate choices. Leave, you live. Stay, you die.
Why should I negotiate with you? How long will it be before they have a new chief of security, new secrets? You're just getting set up like I was.
You are ignorant. Halbeck is not the same hierarchy as your organization, and the term loyalty is not used there lightly. Leave Rome. If we see each other again, it will be the last time.
Oh, I like that threat. Marburg expressed admiration for Thornton's ability to keep a low profile. New mission, contact Madison St. James. Okay.
I confess, you slipped into Rome almost without us noticing. You were even more difficult to track after that.
Between Halbeck and local authorities, the locals were the tough ones.
No matter. Mr. Marburg found you. That must have been a surprise, meeting up for lunch like that.
When we talked, he had a lot to say about Halbeck and some suggestions about my involvement with your corporation.
Really? I can rarely get 3 words from the man.
Well, feel free to have him threaten you whenever you get tired of listening to yourself.
I'd be curious to hear more, and your first impression of Mr. Marburg. What did you discuss?
We discussed business. Turns out both of us have experience with abuse of authority.
He described you as a man of your word. Patriotic, I believe, also came into the conversation. But Mr. Marburg was not always the best judge of character. Nor does he instill much loyalty in employees. Speaking of which, this woman entered the picture not long after your meeting with Marburg. She was in our office in Rome. Madison, I believe.
Yes.
I always wondered, did you ever regret getting her into this?
It wasn't my choice.
Oh, Mike. In the end, it was.
I love these little interlude scenes. They're so good.
Mike, we may have a problem. The VCI employee I mentioned before, Madison, I think she's going to act.
What do you mean, now?
She's calling the operator and asking for you by name.
She can't be working for Marburg, unless this is a trap. Who is she calling?
The city directory. And maybe the police next. If she does...
Can you intercept the call? Redirect it?
What? Why?
I want to know why she's looking for me.
Okay, let me patch her through. Operator?
Miss St. James?
Hello? Yes, is this the operator?
No, Miss St. James. This is Michael Thornton.
Oh, thank God. Mr. Thornton, please, you have to listen to me.
I don't believe we've met before. How do you know my name and why are you calling?
I have reason to believe your life is in danger. I know it sounds crazy, but...
You don't say.
I don't want to discuss the details over the phone. This line may be tapped. She's a sharp one. But it's important I speak to you immediately. Is there someplace we can meet?
I have an apartment here in Rome. We could meet here if you'd like. It's a beautiful view.
I'm not sure that's a good idea. If they're watching me, that might lead them to you.
Well,
She
if it
switched
makes
on.
you feel better, send me an address and I'll meet up with you.
I know a restaurant in the area. We should be able to talk without being interrupted.
Sounds nice.
It's not far. 15 minutes?
Looking forward to it.
That wasn't me trying to flirt with her, that was me trying to... She clearly knows the spy game a little bit. What have we got? Still waiting on pistols. I think we just max out martial arts, right? This will give us point blank. Save the rest for stealth. Okay, before we go and meet her, can we get any intel on her, Mina? Email from the NSA tab. Picking up some chat from the CIA about the Georgia situation. Internal affair, so it's not subject to interdepartmental sharing. It is, of course, in our best interest to stay informed. Someone's claiming to be a deep mole reporting a rogue US agent operating outside the US. The mole did not say which agency is involved, making this a very shot-in-the-dark operation. Mole used NSA verification code when contacting the US government to prove his identity as a mole. Which is why it's totally bullshit that we're not in the loop officially. Rogue agent was alleged to have been operating in Saudi Arabia, possible link to the Shaheed incident. Find anything, send it to me first. Do not share it with the CIA without it first coming to my desk. Interesting. I like having these little wiretaps and stuff in. It's really cool. It builds the spycraft. We meet at the ruins. Time code Algol. Weapons. Oh, sorry, distribute weapons. Discuss agenda for next phase. Hey Mike, take a look at this email. Take it with a grain of salt. It's an Al-Samad transmission. The sender IP checks out with it coming from somewhere Al-Samad is alleged to operate, and the codes used have been seen in prior Al-Samad missives. odd is that it never seemed Al-Samad communicate to an email distribution list this large. Their cells never talk to each other to minimize what information will get leaked should someone be interrogated and cave in. So with that in mind, read on. Distribute weapons from recent acquisition. Well, that's a big old red flag right there. They're moving to do something. A dossier on Madison St. James. Let's have a quick read before we meet her. I want as much intel as possible. I loved how we brought up the intel that we went through while talking to Marburg. That was incredible. This game is really slick. She hasn't been at the VCI branch long. Her work ethic and skill set caused her to be assigned as Marburg's executive assistant in Rome. Marburg goes through assistants rapidly. Interesting. She has access to sensitive material, though as most of it is in code, she had little idea what most of it meant until finding the file on Mike Thornton. Mike Thornton. She doesn't seem to know the full extent of what the VCI do besides recruit ex-military and offer up private security. Okay. Interesting.